Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Holly by PjoeterBliep. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, so in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have these green lines in the grid. These are German whisper lines. So adjacent digits along the line must have a difference of at least 3, meaning if this was a 2, then we need to be at least 3 different from 2. So we can't do a 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. We definitely couldn't do a 2. That would have a 0 difference. A 3 would have a 1 difference. A 4 would have a 2 difference. So none of those are allowed because none of those are at least 3. But the 5, if you do 5 minus 2, that is a 3 difference. So that's fine. And 6 has a 4 difference. That's also fine. That's also at least 3. So next to this 2, we could put a 5 or a 6. That's the conclusion. All right. And in addition to, and that's all adjacent digits along the line. So if this ended up, say, a 6, then this needs to be, this could be a 1, this could be a 2, this could be a 3. All right. And then we also have these 3 circles in the grid. Those have to be odd. So just put an odd digit in them. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right. Well, the odd digits are 1, 3, 5. 3, we have to be careful about with 3s on a German whisper line because 3 only has one buddy, the 6. 4 is the other special one, which only has one buddy, the 1. So the 3 can't go anywhere such that its neighbors both can't repeat a digit with each other. So these both share a box. If they shared a row, if they shared a column, if they shared a box, that would do it. So since these two share a box, we can't put a 3 there because it would force a 6 in both of these cells, and that doesn't work. So we can remove 3 as an option here. Now, if this was a 1, these could be from 4, 5, 6. Now remember, 4 is special. But actually either of these could be a 4. We could do 1, 1 here. And if this was a 4, this would be a 1. Okay, so that actually works. And if it was a 5, then we need to be a 1 or 2. So we don't really know what's going on with that. Often with German whispers, it's nice to color them. Now, what are we coloring is the question. Well, let's just use this as an example. If this first cell was a low digit, we're going to split the digits in half, low and high. 1, 2, 3 is low, 4, 5, 6 is high. So let's say this was a low digit. If it was 1, 2, or 3, then the digit next to it has to be at least 3 different, which means we can't stay in the 1, 2, 3 range. There's no way any pair of digits here has a difference of at least 3. The best I can do is a 1, 3 pair with a difference of 2, and that's not good enough. So I'm not in the 1, 2, 3 range. I must be in the 4, 5, 6 range. So we go from low to high. And then from high, it's the same problem. We can't stay in the highs, so we have to go to the lows. And it's the same thing. If this started high, then we'd have to go low, then high. So the point is that these alternate, low, high, or high, low. We don't know what it starts with, but once we know what any of these are, we know the entire line's low highness because it alternates. So the question is, which one do we want to start with? Maybe I'll start with this one because it goes into this box, which is shared by this one. We could also do this one, but anyway, so I don't know which goes where, but I'm just going to use green and purple here along the line to show the alternation. Now we know that in every row, column, box, there are going to be 3 greens and 3 purples because there's 3 lows and 3 highs. So here, what are these two going to be? These two are the same as each other. It's the same low or high because of the alternation. And so if they were both purple, that would be too many purples in this box. So these are actually green, making this purple, this is purple, and this is green. All right. So this is one of each. This is one of each. This is one of each. All right. Can we get it to work in this box? Yes. So because these are adjacent on the line, one of these will be green and one of these will be purple. And so that uses up the rest of our greens, meaning this is purple. And so then this is green, purple. And now these two have to be the same. They can't be purple. Same logic. So that's green. Those are greens. That's purple and green. All right. So we have them colored. We don't know which is low and which is high yet, but at least we have them colored. Can we extend the coloring anywhere is always the next question. I don't know that we have to because I'm not sure that we don't have any other clues here to kind of help us. So, okay, this is green. One of these is green, one of these is purple. So notice that then that means they cannot be a 1, 3 pair because if they were a 1, 3 pair, they would both be low, but we know that they're opposite colors. So one of these must be a 5. Now, whichever one ends up a 5. Oh, okay. And one of these must be a 5. Yeah. So either if purple is high, these two are 5s. If green is high, this one's a 5. What do we do with that? A 5 here is more limited. So I'm hoping that this breaks. So we can just think about this. You can see it in your head, but I'm just going to mark corner marks here to be like, if this was a 5, remember that makes this a 1 because 5 sees this and forces this to be a 1. So next to the 5, remember 1 or 2 can go next to a 5, but 1 is gone. So this would have to be a 2. Then from 2, you have to go to 5 or 6, but 5 is gone, so this would be a 6. From here, it's pretty open. It uses up the 2 and 6. Now from here, 1 is very open, so I don't think that spreads anywhere. And then this would be a 1 or a 3. Now it could not actually be a 3. It would have to be a 1 because the 6 is gone. So it would be a 1 here. It couldn't be 3, 6, right? So it would be a 1 here. So these two end up the same. Okay. So this is never a 3 then. I don't know how helpful that was. That's kind of a chain. I wonder if there's a better way to move forward from here other than like erasing the 3 here doesn't actually help. I think these two are always the same digit as each other is the conclusion because they're either both 5s or if this ends up a 1, that means this has to be high. So it's a 5. And from there we see that it places the 6 here. It would be 5, 2, 6. And then this couldn't be 3, but that's a lot. And all that tells us is these two are the same digit, and I don't think that helps us a whole lot. All right, what else can we say here then? Maybe the only real thing I can think of is restricting where 3 and 4 can go. So I'm going to find every cell that can't be 3 or 4, and I'm going to mark it with 1, 2, 5, 6 and see if that's helpful. So for example, here, this is from 1, 2, 5, 6. There actually aren't as many as I thought. This is 1, 2, 5, 6. So one of these two is a 4. Ooh, that's interesting. A 4 is going to force double 1 here or double 1 here. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. Let me mark the rest of the 1, 2, 5, 6s if there are any more. This one here is 1, 2, 5, 6. Just for posterity here. 1, 2, 5, 6. I think that's it really. But look what I'm seeing here. Where's the 4? It can't be in the odd cells and it can't be on these angles. So the 4 ends up in one of these two. We don't know which, but whichever one ends up 4, we're either going to have a 1 here or a 1 here. Which means this is never a 1, which makes it a 5, which tells us that purple is high. So now that I know purple is high, I'm going to replace it with orange. I like to use orange for high, and I like to use blue for low. Kind of like cool colors and hot colors. And so now we know that this is low, so it's only 5, 6. This is high, so it can't be 5, so it must be 6. This is low, so it's a 1, 3. This is high, so it's a 5. Remember, these are the same. That's not 5, 6. That's not 5. That's not 5, so it has to be 6 because it's high. All right. So now let's do the germ whispers from here. This could actually be a 3. That's fine. Next to 5 is going to be a 1, 2 pair. These are just 1, 2, 3. This has to be the 4, actually, so it puts a double 1 there. This is not a 6, so this is 4 or 5. This is, oh, this sees 4 and 5, so this is a 6. This is just a 2, 3 pair. This is also 2, 3 because it sees a 1. The 2 1s look down, putting a 1 in one of these two. 6s put a 6 up here. This can't be 1, so this is 2 or 3. This is a 5 for the row. That places a 4 here. Next to 4 is double 1. Right, I even said I needed a 4 somewhere. When as soon as I knew that this was orange, I should have put the 4. Anyway, 4 double 1 does put a 3 here. In fact, the double 1 or the double 1 actually did force this to be 3 right away. Anyway, we got there eventually. This is 2, this is 3, this is 2. There was just a lot more follow-up I could have done, and I completely forgot as soon as I made that one conclusion. 1 is blue. Typical for me. Let's see. This is 5 or 6. This is 2 or 3, I suppose. All right. I think we just got a Sudoku at this point. This is a pair. This is a 1, 4 pair. This can't be the 1. So this is 4 and this is 1. 4 is orange and 1 is blue. That makes this a 5. Making that a 6 and that a 6, which is orange. All right, this has to be blue. It's 2, 3. That makes this orange and it's a 4. This was blue for the row, in case that was unclear. Need a 5 in this column. That goes here. That's orange. That makes this blue, and it's a 3. Making that 2 and 3. That's a 3. All right, 5 looks up, placing the 5. That's orange. This has to be a blue 2. Oop, blue 2. These are both orange. The 4 looks in, so that's 6 and that's 4. This is a blue, so it's 3. This is blue, and it's a 2. And this is orange, and it's a 4. All right. Neat puzzle, PjoeterBliep. That this idea of the 4 being here or here, forcing double 1 here or double 1 here, which actually I not only forced this to be 5, but also forced this to be 3. That was really neat. Cool. Well, I enjoyed that puzzle. Hope you did as well. Hope you're in general enjoying the holiday theme advent. I think it always brings out a lot of creativity in the setters. Let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.